Well, with that, let's quickly move on. Bank of Maharashtra is in focus. The stock has been moving higher in trade after reporting a pretty strong business update for the fourth quarter. Deposits are up by about 10%. Advances have grown by 5% sequentially. We have with us Nidhu Saxena, MD and CEO of the bank, joining in. Ms. Saxena, thanks so much for joining in. So, how do you see the trends shaping up, given with your fourth quarter update? Are you hopeful of, this whole problem of deposit mobilization? Are you hopeful of this now finally resolving?
So if you see, before I comment upon the going forward situation, there are a lot of things that we did in the last year, and we have seen some positive outcomes. Concrete results have come in. What you mentioned for deposits, a couple of things that we did was around, new products that we created to reach to some segments which are hitherto not reached by the bank. New processes that once, if the customer has to be onboarded, customer onboarding happens seamlessly. And once onboarded, the customer is able to transact seamlessly. So there were examples like video KYC we did available on Sundays and holidays. We looked at all the channels, digital channels of transactions. We reviewed the transactional limits. So once the customer is onboarded, the transaction on these channels was seamless, and customer convenience was looked at. We also set up a new business vertical, which was focusing primarily on institutional business, institutional deposits. We also are a differentiated bank, which was opening branches. Last year, I opened 200 odd branches, and for the next 5 years, So all these things actually resulted in the business numbers, the deposit that you asked. We have been able to meet our guidance, and I'm happy. Yet another quarter of good performance by the bank. Not only deposits, whatever guidances we had kept for total business advances, we have been able to meet those guidances.
No, absolutely. Because, if I look at your deposit growth year on year, it's a strong 13.5%. Your advances growth is almost touching 18%. This CASA ratio at 53.3%. Are you confident of maintaining it here? Do you think it can even get better? And then this, then once we get that out of the way, then the advances growth. Is 18% something that can be sustained even in the coming quarters?
So if you ask me, we have not finalized our guidance for the next financial year. But I don't see, yes, there are concerns and challenges in the industry, in the system, and I'm not out of that. But the way we have been addressing this successfully in the last 12 months, going forward, I see absolutely no challenge in getting more traction from whatever strategies we have put in for both deposits, within which low-cost deposits and advances. If you see my RAM corporate, it is a guidance was 60-40 plus minus 2%. I have closed the number at 62-38. Not that corporate is not important. Wherever new opportunities were there, profitable opportunities were there, bank has been present and we have participated in those. But somehow the way we have managed our business mix, we have looked at not only the top line growth, but the bottom line growth also. So the profitability has been equally important. As of now, there's nothing for me to share, but because the audit is going on, but I'm pretty confident that what we did last year, we'll be incrementally doing better, and whatever guidances we had kept for the various ratios and the absolute numbers, also we would be meeting.
All right, Mr. Saxena, good morning. Nigel on this side. Congratulations first on mobilizing deposits. So that's good on you. But I wanted to understand, what about the cost of funds? Could you give us an understanding? What is it now if you compare it to the previous quarter? And if it's come at a higher cost, then would it mean that your NIMs dip in quarter 4 in comparison to quarter 3?
Right. So, Nigel, my cost of funds December quarter was 4.75. And very consciously, we have actually shunned some bulk deposit which has been there with us on a high cost. We have discouraged that. It is the low-cost CASA. We have also looked at other alternate channels to raise resources. We did a handsome capital raise last financial year. We also went for refinance. So some 8,000 crores of refinance was availed at good rates. And that is what has actually funded my credit growth also. Both capital raise and refinance put together with deposits. But I have very consciously stayed away from high cost bulk to maintain my profitability.
Okay, so NIMs will be maintained at what levels?
So, as I said, for the last 3 quarters, we are almost close to 4. 3.98 was my December quarter. Currently, the audit is going on. But the way we have built our business mix in this last 12 months, last quarter also, and with good recovery performance coming in the bank, I don't see any challenge, although system as a whole, with the kind of deposit rates increasing, there will be concerns around NIM contraction, but I'll have to only wait and see once the audit process gets concluded. And I am pretty confident that we are going to definitely outperform our guidance in NIM and other profitability ratios too.
Good to hear your optimism. Let's get a couple of more questions out of the way. The NCLT cases, how many of them do you expect them to get resolved in the coming fiscal? Point number one. And what's the outlook on credit costs?
Yeah. So I have 8,000 crores of material which is with the NCLT at various stages. There are around 200 odd accounts which are composing this NCLT cases. The way we have been, things have, for the last 12 months, 15 months, the traction that has come, the delays that have been addressed, concerns around the resolution in the NCLT that have been addressed, we hope to see that by the next maybe FY 26-27, the entire processes, entire cases will see some resolution. To what extent the recovery comes to the bank is yet to be seen. But for me, there is no concern because this is a 100% provided book. As and when there is a recovery in or resolution coming in at whatever haircut, I am going to get some traction in my OP also. So that's regarding the NCLT cases. As regards your second question on, can you, Nigel, share again?
So, sir, just to...
So it was around...
Yeah.
Credit cost. I'm sorry, I recall that. Let me answer that as well. So if you look at my provision coverage, we are at a very high 98.3 was my PCR in December. And with this high coverage that we are having, the aging provisioning requirement is actually very minimal. And the way we have looked at underwriting quality, so my slippages also are controlled. So credit cost is going to be remaining well within the limits, within the guidance. I don't see much challenge for the bank in terms of any kind of increase in credit cost.
All right, we'll leave it there, sir. Thank you very much for joining us and running us through all of that in terms of updates at Bank of Maharashtra.